Alright, let's talk about LCM. LCM is the least common multiple. You want to find the smallest number that any two numbers will multiply into. To figure out LCM, we're going to use factor trees. So if we have the number 14 and 21, we're going to break 14 down using a factor tree, and we're going to break 21 down using a factor tree. So to break 14 down, you have 2 times 7. Those are both prime, so you circle them. To break 21 down, you get 3 times 7. Those are also both prime, so you circle those. Now when you list these, LCM is what I like to call apartment style. You can think of it as zoo or cage or jail or whatever, but I like to think of it as apartment style. We're going to create little apartments for our numbers. So for the 14, 2 gets its own apartment, and 7 goes in his own little apartment. When we try to put in the factors for 21, you'll notice that we have a space open for other numbers. You can't put two numbers that are different into the same apartment. What I mean by that is that you can think about the boss numbers, or you can think about the fact that numbers are animals and they're going to go after a number that is a different, at a different level. So we've used the 2 and the 7. Now we're going to put the 3 in there. We're going to look for a room here that we can put the 3 into. We can't put it into here because 3 is bigger than 2. 3 is going to eat it. So we can't put it there. We can't put 3 into 7 because 7 is bigger than 3, and 7 is going to eat the 3. So we're going to have to put 3 all in his own little apartment over here. Then we have this number 7. Can't put 7 in with the 2 because the 7 is going to eat the 2, but we can put 7 in with 7 because they're the same number, so nothing's going to happen there. Now we're going to shut the doors, and we're going to label the doors. What's in this room? There's a 2 in this room, so we're going to put a 2 down here. What's in this room? There are 7s in this room. It doesn't matter how many, there's 7s in this room. So we're going to put a 7 here. What's in this room? There's 3s, so we're going to put a 3. Put a multiplication sign between each number. All you have to do is multiply, and you will figure out what the LCM is. So 2 times 7 is 14 times 3. Let's show our work here when we figure out what 14 times 3 is. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. 14 times 3 is 42. That is our LCM using apartment style. Let's take a look at 2 more numbers. Let's take a look at 24 and 56. We're going to go all the way over here to break down 24. 24 broken down, let's say we divide by 3. So we're going to have a 3 there, then break that down into 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Break down that 4 into 2 times 2. Factors for 24 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And we'll get back to that in a minute, but first we're going to make the factor tree for 56. 56, when we break that down, it's going to be 7 times 8. 7's prime. Then we're going to break down this lovely 8 into a bunch of 2's. First we're going to have 2 times 4. Break that down some more into 2 and 2. Now we're going to put these numbers in apartment style. Remember, it is easier to put numbers in numerical order. Not required, but it'll make searching and hunting a whole lot easier. So we have 1, 2, 3 2's. We're going to say 2 times 2 times 2. Put our little walls in there. And we also have this 3, so we're going to put a 3 there as well. Now we have to figure out where to put these numbers down here in the 56. We have a 2 here. We can put a 2 in this room. We need to find a space for this number 2. We're going to put this 2 right here. We need to find a space for this 2. Well, we have a room right here for him. Right there is not going to hurt anybody. And then we have 7. We can't put 7 in with 3 because poor little 3 is going to get eaten, so we're going to create a different room. There's nothing here, there's nothing there. You don't need to put those X's. You can, but you don't need to. We're going to shut the doors. Now we're going to label the doors. What's in here? 2's. What's in here? 2's. More 2's. A 3. And a 7. Put our little multiplication signs between there. And now what we want to do is we want to multiply all of these numbers together. So we're left with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 times 3 times 7. Because we're multiplying, we can change the order up a little bit. So I'm going to change this 3 times 7. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to say 3 times 7 is 21. Copy down everything else I didn't touch. Then we have 4 times 2, which is 8. 8 times 21. I'm going to show my work over here because that's what we're expected to do. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 21 is 168. 168 is the smallest number that both 24 and 56 will multiply into. Let's take a look at one more. Let's take a look at 13 and 7. 13's factors are, well, 13 and 1. 7's factors are, well, 7 and 1. So they're both prime. So we have 13 in this room. We're going to put 7 in its own room so it doesn't get eaten. Shut the doors. You're going to just end up multiplying 13 times 7. Let's show our work off to the side here. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 1 plus 2 is 9. 13 times 7, 91 is the smallest number that 13 and 7 will both multiply into.